Empire has received a blaster shot to his left deltoid and penetrating thoracic trauma. A nanotoxin was delivered via molecular blade. We have 12 seconds before edema leads to brainstem death. Give it to me.
In an isolated dreamlike place, the consciousness of Hari Seldon awakens. Angry and feeling betrayed by Gail Dornick, he lashes out, lamenting the potential failure of his plan to save humanity through his Foundation project. On the water planet of Synax, in the year 12,240 EI, Gail finally meets her daughter, Salvor Hardin. Adjusting to the awkward new relationship after 138 years in cryosleep, the pair discuss their respective pasts while relaxing under the night sky. Unbeknownst to them, the state of the galaxy has drastically shifted over the past century, with the Foundation growing in size and steadily reducing the influence of the Empire. On Trantor, the capital planet of the Galactic Empire, Emperor 𝐒𝐞𝐚𝐬𝐤 XVII, also known as Brother Day, enjoys a salacious meeting with Demerzel. However, their affair is cut short when they are attacked by a band of assassins. Although Brother Day's protective aura fails and he is severely wounded in the ensuing fight, he is ultimately saved by Demerzel, who carries him to a nearby healing pool despite being nearly beheaded herself. Meanwhile, Hari Seldon continues to grapple with his captivity, but aided by memories of his childhood on Helicon, he starts to make sense of his surroundings. Deducing that he is trapped in some sort of fourth-dimensional prison, Hari encounters a manifestation of his deceased life-mate, Yana, who helped him with the early mathematics of psychohistory. However, he quickly recognizes the manifestation as a fraud and grows suspicious of her true purpose. As morning breaks on Synax, Gail wakes up after having a startling dream about the future, while Salvor shows sympathy due to her similar visions of the past. She presses Gail for information about the Prime Radiant, the storage device containing Hari's psychohistorical data. On Terminus, the planet that was chosen to start the Foundation project almost 2 centuries ago, the colony has significantly grown from a scrappy town into a thriving city. Warden 𝐒𝐤𝐢𝐬𝐤 and the rest of the settlers are suddenly awoken by sirens, triggered by activity at Seldon's vault. As they gather around the vault and realize that the protective null field is shrinking, Warden Fount views it as an omen and warns his advisors that war with the Empire is almost upon them. Meanwhile, as Hari Seldon questions the manifestation of Yana, she transforms and takes on the appearance of the master mathematician, 𝐒𝐞𝐚𝐬𝐤𝐬. With renewed insight, Hari realizes that he is trapped within the Prime Radiant itself. Back on Synax, Gail submits to Salvor's questions and admits that she transferred Hari's consciousness from the knife she got from Raish into the Prime Radiant. Salvor points out that Hari's mind is also contained in the vault on Terminus, meaning that there are now 2 different copies of his consciousness in existence. Searching for more answers, Gail activates the Prime Radiant, and while reviewing the stream of data, she discovers that a second, bigger crisis is about to hit the galaxy. If this crisis and an eventual third crisis are not resolved, the Dark Age could last forever instead of the potential 1,000 years. Back on Trantor, Brother Day recovers from his wounds and learns that his attackers were Blind Angels, a legendary and untraceable group of highly trained killers. Without any leads on who planned the assassination, Brother Day becomes paranoid and orders Brother Dawn and Brother Dusk to submit to a memory scanning procedure to rule them out as suspects. Afterward, he checks on Demerzel, who slowly fixes her injuries without permanent damage, thanks to her decentralized consciousness. Outside at the spaceport, Queen Serath, the ruler of the Cloud Dominion, an independent realm outside the Empire, arrives on Trantor, as she and Brother Day are planning on getting married. In Brother Day's eyes, the marriage will rejuvenate the Empire, since their genetic code has been corrupted and straying further from 𝐒𝐞𝐚𝐬𝐤𝐬𝐿 over the past century. However, the brothers disagree and view it as a reckless union that could ruin the entire dynasty. Brother Dusk also takes issue with the relationship between Brother Day and Demerzel and labels it as an abuse of power. As the weather worsens on 𝐒𝐞𝐚𝐬𝐲, Gale and Salvor make a daring attempt to escape the planet before hurricanes ravage the surface. Diving underwater, the pair swim to Salvor's submerged ship, the Beggar, and try to activate an emergency repair cycle. Although they almost drown in the process, they manage to partially fix the ship and obtain shelter from the coming storm. Meanwhile, the three brothers greet Queen Sereth and her procession of followers in their throne room, exchanging gifts and pleasantries. However, the brothers are pulled from the welcoming ceremony by Demerzel, who shares troubling news. After recovering the body of Commander Dorwin, which had been drifting in space for more than a century, the Empire learns that Foundation was never destroyed by a megaflare, and that they have taken control of the Invictus jump ship and are secretly growing in size all this time. Although the brothers argue over how to handle the possible rebellion, Brother Day ultimately decides to monitor the situation from afar, rather than annihilate Terminus completely. Inside the Prime Radiant, Hari continues to search for an escape as he talks with 𝐒𝐤𝐢𝐬𝐲, who reveals that she is actually a manifestation of the Prime Radiant itself and has grown interested in humanity's predicament. At the same time, Gale and Salvor rush to fully repair the ship as 𝐒𝐚𝐬𝐻's weather becomes deadly, but they discover complex computing problems with the engines, leaving them stranded. To make matters worse, Hari finally solves his dimensional problem and escapes from the Prime Radiant in digital form, ready to exact his justice on Gale.